Hello everyone, this is Ayush, and today I am having Pinank with me. So this entire conversation is going to be raw. I don't have anything written with me, like what I'm going to ask. It's a pure conversation that we're going to post. Is just to know all the people out there, to the parents, to their children, to their friends, families, brothers, sisters, to know how we exactly work, how closely we work with the applicants, what sort of expectations that they can keep from a consultant when they are working, when they are approaching any consultant. So that's sort of a thing we're going to discuss. So hey Pinank, how are you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic as well. So giving you all a quick overview about Pinank. So Pinank started this year only, and he's right now in the US, studying in UT Dallas. We'll come on every single information from Pinank itself. Over to you, Pinank. Like I would like to uh, know our audience about your background, starting from your HSC, SSC, then your undergrad, your work ex. Over to you.
Sure. I had already I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering from Sardar Patel, Mumbai. Then I moved on. I came here to US in 2014 for my master's in electrical as well. Then I worked in the space for a couple of years. Moved back to India. I was working for a couple of startups, and then again thought of coming back doing another master's in business analytics and AI, and that's about it for my journey.
Well, that's fantastic. Like a lot of people don't really have the
Yeah,
masters. I would really like to know more about that. When you mentioned about in 2014, you went to the US. Which university were you studying at that time? What was the journey about? And your which companies you were really working in, so people will get to know more like what sort of work experience you were holding on, so they can ideally relate with your work ex as well.
sure. So I did my master's from University of Pittsburgh, and then I worked for a company called Enernex in US. Um, Post that, I've also worked at solar company in India called Wari Energies. Then had worked on a startup with Smarty. So have
that's,
like close to 6.5 years of work ex
that's great. I
in
mean,
total. Yeah.
people usually plan to move into directly into management and plan their MBAs, and
Yeah.
it's information to everyone. Like it's quite possible when you are willing to do another master's, things are quite possible. It's not a red flag at
Yep.
all. So I
Yep.
would
Yep.
really like to know more about why did you feel that you really want another masters at this point of your life?
Yeah. There were a couple of things I wanted to break into tech, and one of the easiest ways that I found to break into tech is data science because it's quite an open field, and you know, people having not having that much of tech background can also jump in. It's the concepts are quite easy to learn. You don't need to have a pure coding background to do that. So, and again, because data science is just picking up, everywhere you just hear about AI. So I thought, getting upskilling myself in this space would be good, and I can get that boost that I want in my career.
That's fantastic, fantastic to hear
Yeah.
that as well. So we'll come on directly into the journey that we even assisted you
Sure.
out as well. Would like to know more about. I mean, what sort of universities did you approach to? What universities you applied to? What was the outcome out from there? So yeah,
So,
you can really tell the audience more about, and
so
that's
I
what they are even looking for to hear about that.
Yeah, so I will not try to brag LilacBuds that much, but I really, really appreciate your efforts. I mean, when I spoke with Preyash the first time, he was very confident, and he kind of gave me a bit of confidence boost of, applying at UTD. We were pretty late, I would say, in our
Yeah, that's
applications. I
that's
mean,
that's where I'll come on that at a later stage as well. Yes, please.
I mean, yeah, I'll come directly to it, right? We were just in April, I guess, like March end,
Okay.
30th March around, we had a conversation around, just going in and applying. So,
Yeah.
got our applications done in what, 20 days? I would say, maybe less.
I
And
mean, people at that point of their life are planning the visas out. So that's a
yeah,
big,
yeah,
big thing that they are. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so
So
yes, please.
sorry. So, again, I feel I was a bit biased because I already had so much of work ex and my first masters that kind of, must have had that push for the admission teams here. But yeah, just applied to this one, got in one. So we didn't even apply to anyone else.
No, I mean the time was crunch and the deadlines are
Yeah.
always been a biggest worry because at that point of your time, almost everywhere the universities, the deadlines for international applicants have been closed. By December, January, they usually close the
I
doors.
Actually, that's not the case. So what happens is that's the first deadline. Most universities have like an end deadline. That is like you
Yeah,
need to apply
usually
before
as an
30th August or 30th May or something. That's the
agreed, but
like cutoff
internationals
deadline.
usually apply in the round one, round two, majorly, and as an Indian as well, where maximum crowd
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
from. So that's one more aspect that people look. And what do you like? Would like to hear more. How was the process with working with? I think you were working closely with Prayash only, right?
yeah, yeah.
What?
I mean, I really, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, yes. No, I was
No,
just
no, go ahead,
asking
just
what
say.
you about to answer.
Okay, okay.
How was the workings
So,
that you so that with us working with Prayash? How
mhm,
really would like to tell our audience about that as well.
sure. So, it was really fun working with him. I mean, we were really on short deadline. So he was, I would say, very optimistic, very supportive, I would say. And he really helped me, get everything, sort everything together. So we kind of had strict deadlines that, okay, you know what, we need to get the SOP done in 2 days. This is the roadmap. This is how we're going to do it. And we just, spent 2 days and got the SOP done, got couple of another days, got the LORs and everything else sorted out. So it was fun. It was, I would really liked his professional and what do you say, overall his approach to things, like very systematic, methodic. This is just ensure that you're staying within these lines and get it done.
Yeah, I mean,
So
everyone out there who's listening, really don't work in this close, but as an exception, we accepted this
yeah,
case because being we when we are quite confident, so then only we can say yes to anyone. When we are not
yeah,
confident, we can say you or no as well. So
yes,
please,
yes,
we invest a lot of time, at least 2 3 months, before even we submit the applications of an
yeah,
individual. So yeah, over to you. Like you only applied to one university. Like you can tell me more about the university which you applied, the scholarships, in quite that
sure.
short time that no one would have
That's
expected.
another story to tell. That's another story
Yeah,
to
yeah,
tell.
please, please. Yeah, yeah, please,
So yeah,
please.
I mean, post the admit, I think the scholarship deadline was also like 1st of May, and I got my acceptance on 25th or 26th of April. So everyone
3 weeks
was
back.
telling us that, yeah, yeah, I mean, just hardly 4 5 days before the deadline, and everyone was telling us that you need GRE, you need GMAT to get scholarship and XYZ. I would say even the university sent us an email, like one of the rep from the university, our program manager, she said that, you need GRE, GMAT, then only you are eligible. But again, Priyash, being Priyash, she said, just apply for it. We'll see, we'll figure out something. So I would say 30th April, I sat down, like I must be the last applicant. I applied in, and couple of days I get scholarship, which was a surprise to everyone. But yeah, I mean, post I came here, I asked them, like what was your criteria? Like I didn't have GRE, GMAT. Anyways, I didn't give. I was planning to give GMAT, but it was not
Time was
within that
short.
short time. Yeah, I mean,
Takes
I
a
was
lot of
not
time.
prepared. But
Mhm.
they said that, yeah, I mean, your overall application was much better. Again, given WorkX, given the
Yeah,
past
yeah.
history, that's when they said, okay, you know what, you are much more eligible. That's what they gave me a priority.
Of course. And the scholarship amount and the university you are in right now, that's the most
Yeah.
important, which I know, but I really would like to know from your end so that audience
Okay.
are quite, they get to know about it from you only. Yes, please.
Yeah. So life at UTD is pretty good. I mean, I would say it's very not very chilled out kind of space, but it's challenging if you are focused on what you want to do. So
Hmm.
again, anywhere you go, you will find people from both spectrum. People who just want to chill out, people who are focused and dedicated. I always feel like keep yourself in the middle. Like, don't stress out yourself on just studies, but
Most
yeah,
important,
hang
most
around.
important lines. Most important line for
Yeah,
all applicants out there.
yeah. I mean, you make a lot of memories, right? So
Of course. The studies is always about memories at the end. When you're done, you
yeah,
just regret, yeah, I just want to stay even one more month if I would like to just enjoy and live with my friends. So that's one
right.
more thing.
So, and I've also found out, like, there are a lot of programs the university itself does, to help you, uh, like, not only in your studies, but also make you professionally better so you can, get your jobs. Ultimately, everyone here wants a
Of
job
course.
in US. So there are a lot of programs, that are running through. So always keep an eye on it. Always, be up to date, like, what is happening within the university. So like just couple of weeks ago, right? I mean, they had launched a mentor program where they're connecting us with an industry expert in our
Mm.
domain, and that guy will be like a mentor to us, and he will guide us through the whole process of networking, building a resume, building a profile, everything. So
For jobs,
that's
correct.
kind of very interesting. So I would say, keep an eye on everything at the university. Like, there'll be a lot of information that will be bombarded at you right as you
Mm.
enter. So be patient, but yeah, I mean, keep track of everything and just
I mean,
be.
it's not just about entering the door. It's about how you are facing. It's about the test cricket.
Yeah,
Like you have to face every
yeah,
ball.
it's exactly,
Not
it's like
about
a test
50-20
cricket.
cricket. You're entering and you're
Yeah,
getting centuries out from there. It's like a test
yeah,
cricket
yeah,
playing
exactly.
5 days
Great
into year.
analogy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
consider 5 days as like 2 years now.
Yeah, of course, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, from you to hear. I mean, would like to know more about the UT Dallas environment. So, if anyone is looking to approach UT Dallas for MSBA program,
Mhm.
so can you just tell me more about it? What are the challenges that you face on day-to-day basis? What can you tell us about that respect? I mean, that part of the thing, the most important part, which everyone would like to know more.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't faced any challenges as per se. Yeah, I mean, there are some deadlines that are cut short, but I mean, you have to manage through it. It's not very hectic. It's a very good atmosphere. You'll find a lot of Indians. I mean, it's it's a known university to have a lot of Indians, so you will find a lot of Indians, at least in grad schools. That yeah, there'll be a lot of Indians around, so you'll feel have that homely feeling as well, a bit. And yeah, I mean, study wise, don't worry about it. It's not super crazy. It's going to be easy. You'll have some highs, some lows, but you'll manage it out. And yeah, I mean, professors are very good. They're very supportive. They're very approachable. So if you have any questions, just go and ask them. They are happy to
I
take you
mean, you
in,
would be the
answer.
senior most
Yeah.
person in your entire
Oh, in fact,
class.
I'm not the senior most.
Oh, that's
I
great. Oh,
have,
there'll be
yeah,
more people.
I have someone who is like 10 years of work ex, like way more
Oh,
work ex
damn.
than me.
That's crazy. That's crazy, right?
So
I mean,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
a
people
short
are
answer
still,
to everyone who's looking for second masters. Man, it's not does not
yeah,
matter. It's more about what you bring on the table, what you are looking for. Be authentic, be clear. That's what everyone has to be. It's not you as going to sell yourself. It's more about how you are portraying yourself to the admission committee. So that's where
yes,
the consultant's role also would play an important role in helping you out. At the end, I feel 100% is of the applicant only. It's more about the consultant's work is just to guide you out in the right direction.
right,
There are a lot of small informations out there which they would know better than anyone else. And that's where I feel Pinank would also be today and having a 50% scholarship in just like a 3 weeks time. And no one would have expected that. So yeah,
yep,
that's fantastic. I mean, I still remember when Prayas dropped that chat in our WhatsApp. Oh, he was so excited, man. He Pinang got into UT Dallas with a 50% scholarship, and everyone at LilacBuds was crazy. Like in 3 weeks, one can expect anything. Even 1% chance
yeah,
can turn around anything.
yeah. You never know. So you never
Yeah, you
know
never
how
know.
what life throws at you. So just enjoy whatever you
Just
have.
go with the flow, respect it out, and
Yeah.
that's something. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would really like to you to tell something more about the people who are looking to approach these universities, whether maybe it's computer science, data science, any sort of program, any short form of advice that you would like to tell them.
Uh, I mean, so I would say, I mean, looking at the global trend right now, I would say, I mean, my advice to everyone is that, have some work ex before doing masters, because that's going to add more value. You will, really understand more concepts, and you'll understand, how to network, how to, secure a job in US, because ultimately, if that's your goal, you need to prepare yourself for that. Masters is just gonna be a process for you to get the visas and everything else gets sorted. So I would say, to give a holistic approach to your career before even thinking of applying for masters.
That's fantastic. Also, would like you to tell me more about the portal that you were working on. I guess you also got that chance to work on LilacBuds.com portal. Any
Yeah, 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 yeah.
reviews or any things that you would like to tell, that how was the entire approach towards, I mean, towards the how how well it was optimized? Over to you to throw some limelight on that as well.
So I really liked it. I mean, at least from an organizational perspective, right? When you want to keep your things sorted, like a checklist box that okay, these are the points that I need to cover. This I want to do, and even for someone like Prayers to share something off. Instead of sending an email and then me going and finding it on email, it's better to have a
Hmm.
portal which I just go
Sure.
and get access. So I think that's the intention, I believe, of the portal, that information sharing becomes easier, and that's where I felt like it was much good. I mean, it really helped because again we had 2 weeks, so we had to have these things in place so that
I
you
mean,
don't
yeah,
miss out
these
on
are
things.
also add-on points which can really optimize things. Else you would have been on
Yeah.
the trail mail and you would have never known ki which is the edited document, figuring out in your mind.
Yeah, yeah,
And
at least you don't know what
this,
version is what version you have to work on, and keeping multiple versions on you, it becomes difficult, right? I mean, again, I imagine I just applied to one. If I had to apply to like 7 or 8, I mean, the amount of documents I would have to create would have been a lot. And keeping track of everything is very difficult. I
yeah, of
felt the
course.
portal
True,
was,
true.
again, very easy to use. So, yeah, I
That's
mean, I
fantastic.
really enjoyed it.
That's great to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the kind words. And anything that you would like to add on at the end before we wrap up?
No, I don't think we've covered a lot, I would say.
I think we have covered a
Yeah.
lot. I think thank you so much for your time. I
Yeah.
appreciate your time. It's an early morning for you.
No worries.
Yes, around 9 a.m.
It's 10.
It's 10 a.m. So that's
Yeah.
fine then. So thank you so
Yeah.
much coming
Thank you.
on the weekend 10 a.m. and
No worries.
devoting your precious time. Thank you so much,
No
Pinank.
worries.
Looking forward.
Yeah.
Thanks. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.